Hi, this is Terry Gunn. How about a quick tour of the $100 a day case study? You're looking at the website, The Heart of List Building, which houses the $100 a day case study. It's a very simple little membership site. Once the purchase is made, the customer is automatically a member, and the login is automatically established and everything is ready to go. And all I have to do is go to the Members tab, and there's the case study. And you click on it, and it will open right up. And to log in, you click the button that says log in. Bang, there it is. And here are the videos, the introduction, the steps that I went through to create the product that we're talking about in this little case study. And there's a video on the product, and then a complete video on the mistakes that I made, and then the affiliates and how much value they are when the product is created. And then the bonuses are listed down here, and a special unannounced bonus. Each video has its own page. I'll just choose solo ads. And not only does the video come up and start playing immediately, but any link that pertain to the subject matter in the video is listed and given right here on each page. But not just on that page. There's a resources tab, and everything that is mentioned on all the videos put together, the entire course, all the links, all the recommendations, all the helps are listed on the resource page. Quite an extensive list of helps. Then, of course, there's an about page and a contact page if you need, for some reason, to open a support desk ticket. And that's really it. It's a very simple little website. Let's take a look at them individually now. The first video is the introduction. So let's just kind of listen in and get a sense of what the introduction video is all about.
And this is what I really need to do. So I started building a list, and I did some things right, and I did some things wrong. And the purpose of this course is to show you both sides. I want to show you what I did right. I'm really happy that I've got off the ground. I've made more money already this year than I've made any year, and I have done it rather quickly. And I just want to go through the process. If you've never started your list, if you've never created a product, and you're looking at doing it for the first time, I want to help you do some things right, and I want to help you avoid doing some things wrong. So we're going to talk about the methods that I used to build the list and to make the product, and the mistakes that I made, and things that I should have done differently. And then we're going to talk about ways that I'm going to improve on the next one, and hopefully you can learn by my mistakes. That's the purpose for this entire course. I have gathered 3,000 subscribers.
And then the very next video starts talking about solo ads, which is where I actually began the whole process. Let's take a look.
You need to buy a few of them from a few different sources and see which ones respond the best to your offer. That's very important. You need to keep track of it all. You need a spreadsheet, and I've given you a link to the spreadsheet that I use. You want to record the names and the email addresses and how much the solo ads are costing and how many clicks you're buying and how many opt-ins that you get as a result of this solo ad. All this is valuable information. You want to know your opt-in rate, because after you've tried a half a dozen or so with 100 clicks, you want to know which ones produce the best results. And if you get one that's produced a 45% opt-in rate, that's great. If you get one that's in the 20s, not so good. You want to get at least 40, 45, 50 would be wonderful. Probably not going to happen, especially at first, but if you get one in the 40s, you should make a note of that. And then you want to try it again. So here's what you do. You start off very small. Obviously, you're a little bit leery of how it's going to work, so you start off small. Buy 100 clicks, and that's fairly safe. And if you look in the right places, you can find them for $30 or so. Wait 3 or 4 weeks, and this time maybe go for 300 clicks and see if you have the same result. If it's still in the 40s, then go to 500 clicks. Stay with that guy if he's producing the results that you...
Then, in the next video, we'll talk a little bit about ad swaps and how to go about that.
Is the best way to go, because this is going to sound corny, but it's safer. You don't have to worry so much about being taken. You don't have to worry so much about being burnt with Safe Swaps. Safe Swaps works like this. You pay $30 a month, and you can swap ads with individuals every day if you want to, twice a day if you want to. It doesn't matter how many times. And so what happens, if you have 1,000 on your list, you find somebody that has a close number, 500 to 2,000, somewhere at least in the ballpark, and you swap ads with them. They'll have their swipe, which is an email that you put on your autoresponder, and you give them a swipe, and they'll put that email on their autoresponder, and on a certain day, you will run their ad, they'll run your ad, and SafeSwaps will keep track of all the clicks, and they will handle everything for you, and you'll receive subscribers from their list, and they will receive subscribers from your list, and it's a win-win situation. And it doesn't cost anything other than the $30 a month. It is really a great way to get subscribers. Some of them you'll come up with 15 to 20 subscribers on a swap with a small list. Some of them only 8 or 10, but it didn't cost you anything, and you got 10 more subscribers. It's a great way to go. You use ad swaps in conjunction with solo ads, and you can build.
And then we move on to the product that I created. I'll talk a little bit about how I went about creating that product and lay it all out and explain what happened from day one. Let's take a look at the product.
I've created products for years and years in the music field, so creating a product was not a strange feeling, but where to start with the I am niche can be a daunting thing. You need to figure out what product is needed where your list is concerned. So there are a couple of ways to do that. You can go on the forums, Warrior Plus, Warrior Forum, other places, and you can check out the questions that are being asked, and you can find out where the holes in the marketplace exist. But I found that it's really a good method just to include in your autoresponder, maybe, and I think mine is like the 4th email that they receive in the autoresponder sequence. It says, "What can I do to help you?" I don't remember exactly how it's worded, but it's something like that. Can I help you? How can I help you? Help me help you. And I have gotten several responses from people that just needed to know how to build a website. They just, right from the beginning, don't even know where to start, couldn't figure out how to build their own website. And I was a little bit surprised by that. I thought that's something that people could figure out, and it just wasn't going to be a big deal. You can buy all kinds of programs that'll build websites. But evidently there are lots of people that do not have the knowledge or the understanding enough to even buy the software and build their own websites. I felt like that was a good place to start, since those were the questions that I was getting in response to my email. Got several of them. So I decided to build just a very simple little course and a really profound title, How to Build a Website. And so I built my course based on the requests from the emails.
And next, I spend an entire video on the mistakes that I made in the course of creating this product and putting it on the market. I open myself up so that those that are listening can absolutely learn from the mistakes that I made and not have to make those same mistakes in their products. As far as I'm concerned, it's probably the best video in the whole course. Let's take a look at the mistakes video.
Course through a membership site. So I had to set up a site through WordPress, and I used a WordPress plugin for membership, and I got it all set up, and everything was running smoothly. I went through a half a dozen sales tests, made sure that the sales page was working properly. I did actually hire somebody to write my sales letter for me, and then developed it into a sales page. Got it all ready to go, and I thought everything was running really smooth, but I had missed some things. First thing I noticed was the fact that I didn't have any kind of an exit pop on the sales page. I had over 2,000 people come to my website during those 5 days, and the ones that bought, I automatically got them onto a list of buyers, and that was a great thing. That was about 75, a little more than that, but about 75 people I got on my list because they bought. What about all the rest of them? About midway through the process, I realized, oh, all these people are coming to my website. Now, when you're using a solo ad or an ad swap, you set up with a squeeze page, and the first thing they do is give you their name and email address, and then they're directed to a place where they can receive a free report or whatever you're going to give them in exchange for that information, and it's all cut and dried, and you have them on your list. But in this case,
and then in the last video, I wrap it all up by talking about affiliates and how valuable affiliates are. And I explain in great detail how to treat affiliates, how to treat them right. And I'm not sure I know all the answers, and I'm not sure I do everything right. But I take a lot of time in explaining how valuable affiliates are, and that they should be held in very high regard.
One of the best things that I had done, and I wasn't sure I knew exactly what I was doing, it turned out to be a good thing accidentally, was to get on a lot of different mailing lists. And most of you, if you've been in internet marketing for any length of time, you probably are already on several mailing lists. And the best thing to do is establish relationships with those guys. You can ask questions of them. Some of them will answer, and some of them won't. But the ones that will answer and respond to you, you can talk back and forth with them a little bit, and you can kind of get a feel for what kind of people they are. And most of them are going to be, if they respond to you at all, they're going to be willing to help you, and you can establish dialogue back and forth. You can connect with them on Facebook, and they'll become your friends. I mentioned in the previous video, I had to rely on some of those friendships when I needed help in my launch. And it's because I had discussed things with them in the past that they were willing to discuss things with me and help me in that launch. Not only are they promoting my product, but they're answering questions for me. So I would recommend, number one, to get affiliates weeks, months before you have a launch. Just get on as many lists as you can and establish dialogues with as many of those marketers as you can. Make them your friend. And when the time comes that you need help, they'll help you. You can market for them when they have products. Market for them, and they'll be more likely to market for you when the time comes. And the second,
thanks for taking time to check out this review. I hope it's been helpful to you. I hope it gives you a little insight as to what to expect in the course. You can talk about it a little bit easier, knowing what's involved. And I also hope you make a whole lot of money selling the $100 a day case study. If you need any help, let me know. And if I can help you in any way in your promotion of this case study, I'd be happy to do so. Thanks again, and let's make some money together.